Why do some sectors suddenly give 40 to 50% returns while others take years to move? And more importantly, why do most people always enter at the wrong time? Because what do you see in the market is not where exactly the story begins. Let us start with a simple truth that markets don't move randomly. They move based on money flow, and this money is not equal. In India, institutional money dominates. Domestic institutional investors manage 60 lakh crores. Foreign institutional investors move billions of dollars globally. Now, this is the money that moves sectors and not the retail investors. So, the real question is, where is the big money going? In this video, we will understand how sectors actually move, how big money makes its decision, and more importantly, how to identify this big money moves before it is too late for you to enter. Namaste friends, I'm Rohini and you're watching the knowledge series of fincash.com. Every sector follows a cycle. This is not a theory. This is what the data shows. So let us understand it into different stages. So it starts with an early stage which is invisible. So in this phase, something starts changing. Companies slowly starts making profits. Government brings new policy that helps the sector. Demand slowly start increasing, that is, more people start buying. Example, India's ethanol blending program increased from 1 to 2% a decade ago to 10% recently. This directly improved revenues for sugar companies. Another example is of banking. After NPA crisis, banks cleaned balance sheets. Credit growth slowly picked up before stock prices moved. The same thing happened in capital goods and infrastructure sector. The government increased spendings on roads, railways, and defense. Because of that, companies in this sector started getting more orders. Their order books improved first, which means future business visibility became stronger. But at that time, stock prices did not jump immediately. So first, this business improved. Then the story became stronger. And only after that, the stock prices started moving. So the move didn't start in the market. The move started in the business. The second stage is the silent growth. So prices start moving. It doesn't move 50 or 100%. It moves slowly and steadily. For example, many sugar stock moved 20 to 30% before media coverage started. Many PSUs companies rallied 20 to 40% before they became popular themes. The third stage is the visibility. Now, this is where it is said that retail entry happens. Now, suddenly, the sector appears in news headlines. Analysts talk about it. Social media picks it up. And this is where the retail investors enter. But here is the reality. By this time, a large part of returns is already captured. The fourth stage is peak and exit. Now, valuation here are high. Expectations are high. And what does smart money do here? They start exiting. In many rallies, foreign institutional investors sell into strength. Domestic institutional investors rebalance portfolio. For example, during multiple sector rallies in recent years, foreign institutional investors have been net seller in peaks, while retail participation increases. During peak IT valuation, foreign institutional investors reduced exposure while retail interest surged. So this is not a coincidence, this is a strategy. The fifth stage is the decline stage. Movement here slows down, prices get stagnant, and the sector becomes boring again. For example, IT sectors post 2022 slow down. Metal stocks after commodity cycles cooled. This is where the cycle reset happens. Sectors do not grow together, but money rotates. Let's make this practical. Over the last few years, IT sector outperformed during global tech boom. Banking led during credit growth cycle. Commodities and sugar rallied during supply and policy shift. PSU stocks surged with government focus and valuation re-rating. So each sector had its time, but not the same time. Now the question is, why does all of this happen? Because big money is always moving. and it doesn't stay in one place. It keeps shifting and rotating from sectors that have already become expensive to sectors that are still undervalued, from sectors that everyone is talking about to sectors that no one is paying attention to, from businesses that are already mature to ones that are still growing. This process is called sector rotation. And this is exactly why some rallies look sudden. But in reality, they are not sudden. They are prepared much before you notice them. Now let us talk about you. What do most investors do? They see a sector going up, they feel confident, and then they invest. But what they don't realize is they are entering late. Why is this so? Because of visibility bias. What is visible feels safe. What is invisible feels risky. So people invest in trending sectors, popular themes, recent winners. But markets do not reward comfort, they reward timing. Markets do not move because of news. News comes much after the market makes a move. So when you read that so and so sector is booming, ask yourself, is this the beginning or the end? Now the real question is how to spot a sector at an early stage, because this is where most people tend to struggle. So you don't need to predict the market completely, but you need to observe the right signals. And here are 5 signals that you must watch. Number 1, earnings improvement. Start with basics. Are companies actually making more money? Are profits growing quarter after quarter? Are margins improving? Because in most cases, price follows earning. If stock price is flat but profits are improving, that's an early signal. Second is the government push, the most important. This is where the beginners mostly miss. You must check that, is the government supporting this sector? Are there new policies, incentives or subsidies? Is their budget allocation increasing? Because when the government pushes a sector, it becomes long-term demand. For example, infrastructure where spending is towards roadways, railways, defense, sugar, ethanol blending, renewable energy, the policy incentives. So the policies come first, growth comes next, and stock prices movement comes last. The third is institutional activity. Now watch what big money is doing. Are mutual funds increasing their holdings? Are foreign or domestic institutional investors slowly accumulating? Not sudden spikes but gradual increase, because smart money do not enter in one day. They build positions quietly, and if the price is stable but institutions are buying, that's not random. Fourth is low sentiment. This is where the opportunity lies. This is the most uncomfortable signal. No one is talking about the sector, no media coverage, no social media hype. It feels boring, it feels slow, but that's exactly where the opportunity lies. Because once actually everyone starts talking, you might be too late. Fifth is behavior of big investors. Now this is the next level observation. Now watch how whale investors behave. They don't chase momentum. They don't enter after news. They position before visibility. And most importantly, they start reducing exposure when things look perfect. So when everything seems to be positive, too obvious, too comfortable, that's when you should become cautious. The opportunity is never where the noise is. It is where the improvement is happening quietly and silently. Because in markets, early stage is equal to low attention and improving fundamentals. The same sector that gives 50 returns can also give 0 returns. Not because the sector changed, but because your timing was different. People who understand cycles enter before it becomes obvious. They look for early sign. And people who do not understand cycle wait for confirmation, and then it's too late to enter. And that one difference creates all the difference in returns. Market rewards what is early, not what is obvious. So it is your money, invest it smartly and wisely.